Hi guys, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing okay. So today we're going to do a bit more Phantasy Star Zero because I am starting to think I might have a problem with this game and I'm starting to want to play it more than PSO. Maybe it's just because I play PSO so much and I kind of need a break from it, but I'm sure things will get resolved when the Christmas event rolls around on a fun year again. PS0 bug has indeed been. Yeah, it took a while, but it got there in the end. You started a Raymal the other day. You needed a blue full because you want Heaven Punisher. Hopefully in the Christmas event it'll be a bit easier to get Heaven Punisher for you. Hi Zil. Now you need to hunt this game's SGS. I haven't found the SGS in PSO yet. But yeah, I know there is another sword kind of similar to it in this, so I guess at some point. I'm a little way off that though yet. I need to get to super hard first. So yeah, just while we're getting started, so a video went live early today, which is the next PSO side story quest, which covers Native Research, Forest of Sorrow, and what was the other one? Grand Squall. There'll be another members video going live on Tuesday, which will then go live to everyone else on Thursday. You like what I've done with the right-hand screens? It really annoyed me on the last stream that it looked quite messy on the right-hand side. And because of the aspect ratio and everything, it's really awkward to get it all to fit properly. So, yeah, basically, I realised I had a logo for Phantasy Star Zero that I used for like thumbnails, so I've just put that in there. It almost looks professional. Hi, Jack. In the last few days, you've seen a Psycho 1 drop a few times. You need that too. Psycho 1 is great. That's well worth going for. So yeah, the friend code is on the screen there. So if anyone does have Phantasy Star Zero and they want to play multiplayer, that's my friend code on there. Just be aware that there are some intricacies with it being a Nintendo game in regards to friend codes. So I think as long as someone has the friend code of another player in the game, you can bring them in. But yeah, it's a bit funky. You want Psycho 1 on Zero? Did you see that drops in Tower? Is it Tower in Super Hard? You had to refresh the page because the stream didn't start. That's super weird. Super Hard Tower, oof. LGP. Yeah, so I started to do normal tower because I was under the impression that it was just 100 floors, like 100 rooms. I didn't realize that each floor is a few rooms. I think I got to like floor 10, beat the first boss, and then just thought, oh, I can't bother with this. I'd rather just level up and then do it on hard later. I just thought it would be do one room, go up a floor, do one room, go up a floor, but no. Well, you know how we were saying about Restream killing you? I think you may have actually cursed it because the Twitch chat has just stopped on Restream. Thankfully, I still have the Twitch chat up on another window. Oh, it's back again. It's back. We have contact with Twitch chat. It wasn't you. There are 642 blocks. 181 non-combat blocks, 450 combat blocks, and 11 boss blocks. Yeah, that's going to take a while. I think I'd rather just level up more and then do the hard tower instead, honestly. You did super hard tower at level 88. Yeah, I wasn't sure what level to be for normal tower. I mean, most of the rooms seemed really easy. The first boss I thought was a little bit annoying. I think it was Shot Mother, I think it was. Actually, new bosses that I'd never seen before, so that was kind of cool. Well, I say I hadn't seen them. I think they show up in PSP 2 Infinity on some of the quests. I'm sure they appear in Infinity. And hard you did it after level 60, fair enough. So I think what I'll do for the meantime is I'll open a game for hard modes, and if anyone wants to join, feel free. There's 4 mother variants. Yeah, because I'm sure on PSP 2 Infinity there was, I think there might have been 4 variants in that as well, because I think there's one called, is it Heaven's Mother, that basically combines them all together. I'm sure that was in PSP 2 Infinity as well. Flaw 101 is Heaven's Mother, fair enough. Right, so the party is now up, so anyone who's already got the friend code should hopefully be able to join that. She drops like 6 or 7 7-star rares on super hard. I mean, I kind of hope so if it takes 5 hours to get to her. Oh, you're doing hard tower now. Oh. Alright, we've got Zale in. Are you on floor 101? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, just for anyone who might want to play in the future as well, on the Discord we do have a thread on there with all people's friend codes in. So just give it a few minutes and see if anyone else jumps in. Yeah, I think the plan for next week for the members video, I think it's probably going to be a Monster Hunter video. Just try and split things up a little bit. So that will be on Tuesday for members. You're in the process of creating a visual chat. I will not disrupt art. Is this one of these days where we're all like, I'll stay out and watch this week and then hardly anyone joins? I mean, Zero is a much more niche game anyway, to be fair, so... I know it can take a little bit to enter the friend codes and stuff as well, so... Oh, we got Vector in. Phonium is so tall in this game. It just towers over every other character. We have a Newman theme going on at the minute. Meanwhile, Rema is the only adult-looking class and race combo. Yeah, I think it's just the nature of the game, isn't it? I think a lot of the class designs in Zero are... They do look a bit more, I guess, like immature. I mean, I think Huni World is probably meant to be one of the, maybe the slightly older ones, but even I mean, they still look young. There we go, we've got Draken as well. Oh, 4 Mile too, fair enough. I don't think I've seen 4 Mile in Zero, actually. You expect some quality symbol art from us all. I mean, that's why you play Zero, isn't it? Well, that is my beautiful octopus or squid that I drew a while back that immediately got copied and stolen. Yeah, we do also have the Fowler as well now, don't we? Yeah. There you go. And of course... neat mags. Yeah, the mag designs in this are kind of cool, really. Very, very different to PSO. I think there is a few mags from PSO in this, though. I know I've definitely seen Sato. Oh, you drew the Fowler Vector, fair enough. Yeah, the mag that Drax using's pretty weird design. I just realised Zale's mag actually kind of looks like a little, almost looks like a little lizard. That's quite cute, actually. Yeah, it seems like every time we stream this, someone makes like a slightly more handsome Squidward. You spelled it wrong with one L, so you remade it. At least you corrected your mistake. So since we're talking about Squidward, should we start it with Squidward then? I'm going to assume that that's a Squidward one. We'll find out. Oh, someone needs to accept quest rewards. Is it me? No. Yeah, make sure you got your quest rewards before we start. Yeah, exactly. Do that. Right, I'm guessing we're good. There we go. Also, I've got to say, the last video I did for Phantasy Star Zero is doing really well. It's actually doing a lot better than a lot of the PSO stuff. So, for some reason, there does seem to be quite a desire for Phantasy Star Zero stuff. I can't really explain it because no one wanted to see PSP 2, but apparently another portable game everyone wants to see. I'm not against it though. Just immediately gets almost killed. So it looks like a few YouTubers recently did PS0 content because it kept recommending recent videos on it. Okay. Apparently everyone must be rediscovering Phantasy Star Zero in 2024 for some reason. If it works in my favour, that's fine. It's about time because honestly the last 2 months or so, it feels like the algorithm has just been dead against my channel. I think last time I looked, I think I'm getting very close to 1,500 subscribers. So again, thank you very much for that. Yeah, getting 1,500 from essentially 20-year-old game content is kind of crazy, honestly. There has been a definite slowdown though, so I think I have kind of hit the peak of PSO content now. in terms of the people I can pull in. Vector Drax just said he's on voice chat in the Discord if you wanted to join him, so... So I did make a community post just recently as well that said that at some point, probably in, I'm going to say January in all likelihood, we can prank Sky. Yeah, probably some point in January. I think the plan is to maybe do some classic PSO2 content, because I know people have been asking for it. I wasn't really that interested in doing it, honestly, originally, because I played a lot of PSO2 base back in the day, and I've done a lot of things I want to do. But a lot of people seem really interested in classic content, so I think maybe we can trial doing some in January. I'm just aware we've got some events coming up for probably for Affinia and for Clementine. So I think once the Christmas events have died down, then we can maybe pivot to classic PSO2 for a bit. I will do some NGS as well, because I do want to cover a bit more NGS, but you say that about PSO, but you know, there is still the matter of the CLJ sword. I think what it was with PSO2 is because before I played NGS, I was on the Japanese servers playing the base game, and I played it almost solidly for 8 years, and it got very old playing it. I pretty much burned myself out on it, honestly. Which, you know, isn't bad going for 8 years. I did take the odd break here and there, but I did play it pretty solid. Sure, you can find around PSO2 to hunt. There probably is something on PSO2 to hunt. I can't remember what the rarest stuff is on that now. The thing is, a lot of the stuff on PSO2 was like, you'd have to like collect items and then build them. "24-hour SGS Scorpion stream for the 1500. Yeah, we're clubbing seals, Doomlord. I would not recommend doing it, but needs must in Phantasy Star 0. Surprised your bank isn't ringing you after some recent game purchases if you played one game for 8 years straight. Yeah, we've noticed some suspicious activity. You've actually bought some games. Yeah, contrary to popular belief, I do actually buy some games now and again. I don't just play PSO. It is mainly PSO though, to be fair. Although, to be honest, the last few weeks, I really haven't played it that much. I think, again, because the events have... You know, because the events have ended on it. You're killing enemies with spike traps. Been enjoying the Stalker games recently. They released a console version on Switch, so I figured you'd play them properly for once. Yeah, hasn't a new one just released as well? I've seen a few people on Twitch playing it. Not my kind of game personally, but and I've seen a few people playing it. Is Drac the Raker Seal? Yes, he is. Played Fallout New Vegas for chat yesterday. Gave Draken something to watch while he hunted rares on Phantasy Star 0. Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. I know we do the Discord event every 2 weeks, but please feel free to use the voice chat anytime. You know, it isn't just for the Discord event. The Discord event, really, the only purpose of that is just to give people like a dedicated time where there are no other people around. But yeah, feel free to use it anytime. That's what it's there for. And I've seen a few of you running some Monster Hunter recently as well. I think is it For You you've mainly been playing? Again, I do want to try that at some point because I never got a chance to play For You. It had a majorly stressful week, so you played your gaming comfort food to chill, stream it just because. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you want to stream it on the voice channel anytime, just go for it. I do drop in there sometimes to see what people are doing. It's always good to see people using it, so yeah, hope your week's getting a bit better. Definitely need to play For You, Sky. It's fun. I always hear that For You is quite often considered to be the best Monster Hunter, so I'd really want to try it, yeah. Oh, red box. Ex Nursia. Is that a gun of some kind? It is a gunblade that I can use. Sure. Why not? I think this was in PSR 2 as well. If it wasn't the PSR series, what other game would you make a channel to focus on? Probably Monster Hunter. Well, either Monster Hunter or Nier. I am also aware that I haven't streamed any Nier Automata since the channel sort of got going again. The reason for that is I know a few people on Discord were playing it, and I didn't really want to play it while other people were, because I really don't want to spoil that game. Zoo, please. Need to get back to finishing Nier, but it reminded you too much of Xenoblade, so you started that again. Yeah, Xenoblade was pretty fun. I say I'm not entirely sure how much more I'll play of it. I mean, off stream, I probably will play it when I've got a bit of free time. I don't know how much I'll play it on stream, but it seemed fun from what I played. Yeah, definitely want to do Nier at some point. Mainly Nier Automata. I like Replicant as well, but I do prefer Automata. So I never complete games. You always get distracted by others or games that remind you of. I have the same problem. Okay, so gun slashes or gun blades actually do wear differently to the weapons. That's kind of cool. So it looks like your light attack is mainly... Yeah, so you've got like a slash and gun part as well. I mean, the name suggests it, but it does seem like they function a little bit differently. Animation's a bit weird, but If you're strafing your shoot, okay. Ah, yeah, you can see, yeah, you actually point the gun when you're strafing, yeah. If you do normal, hold down normal, then you can cancel it in shotgun. Seems pretty strong though. Use the skillful art of stacking ammo boxes to get to an area you're not supposed to, and you got a better weapon. Yeah, damage isn't too bad on this. I still think I prefer the dagger moveset overall. Okay, so the range part doesn't have much range, so I need to bear that in mind. Moveset's important. Switch from Great Sword to Double Saber. It does more damage, but it takes a lot of getting used to since you can't just swing wildly anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, this moveset seems a lot better than the Saber. The Saber, I still think, is quite difficult to use. How do you play this online these days? So there is... I think it's... Basically, there is someone who is essentially hosting a server. You basically connect to the DNS for the server. There is on the Discord there is a little guide on how to do it. Someone else can probably explain it a lot better than I can. For what it's worth, though, it wasn't that hard to get set up. The only slightly annoying thing is that the reliance on the friend code system. I think once you've got people in a party, as long as someone knows another person that can bring them in. Oh, power material. So join, look into that. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think on YouTube, I think there should be a link in the video description, I think. Oh, there you go, LJP just gave the link for the Discord anyway. Thanks for that. Yeah, it is basically just done through friend codes, more or less, so... You're not going to log on and see loads of people playing, but you know, if you've got a few friends that want to play it, you can still do it. You just need the host friend code to join, yeah, that's it. on screen as well. There is my friend code there as well. So again, anyone watching, feel free to add that. Yeah, I think for now I'm going to go back to daggers. I think I prefer daggers overall. In other news, Delicious in Dungeon is a fantastic anime. Now I want a game of it. I've heard of that, but I've never seen it. I suppose since that gives us a segue, you know, for anyone who didn't see the latest NGS headline, NGS is getting a collab with Freerun. Which I'm quite happy about. I'm not too bothered about outfits and so on, but it's just cool to see it getting that collab. Really, really good show. Yeah, I've got a ton of stuff to watch. I'm generally not a big anime watcher, but I'm trying to go through a lot of the Gundam shows at the minute, and it takes so long. So this will be fun because this squid, it's like a trucking hard. Just watch something small like One Piece. I actually need to watch the Nier Automata anime at some point, because apparently that's actually good. I watched a few episodes of it, but then got distracted by something else. I like how I'm the only one that doesn't have a photon blast. When he's on the outer ring, stay diagonally from him when his tentacles move. I will try and remember that. I will probably not remember that. I'm just terrible at reading this guy, honestly. Not helped by the fact that some of his hitboxes are criminal as well. Hi, Buho. You're really going to do that as soon as I heal, huh? I've got Zero. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've beaten the main story now, so playing a bit hard. Hitboxes are coming up, proceeds to stand directly under tentacle. I mean, I'm not saying it's not user error as well. I'm just going to float on blasting up for the best. Why not? Oh, you absolute. Oh, we hit him a bit. That'll do. He got hit by some of it. He did take a couple hits, not much though. To be fair, dagger's probably not the best weapon for this. Yeah, what I mean about hitbox issue is it's mainly on the first phase of the fight. When his tentacles are sort of across the raft, it seems really hit or miss where you can actually attack them. Like you can't attack anywhere on the tentacle, it's only certain parts of it. Please. Yeah, that was me yesterday when we played it. And again, apparently. Ah, not quite. It's kind of crazy how tough the bosses get in this game, honestly. See you in hell, Squidward. The claw grab sucks, yeah, it does like damage over time to you. And you can't really do anything. I don't know if you can like mash the stick to get out of it. Maybe. Squirmy tentacle. Okay. I'm going to assume that's a body part for a weapon, maybe. Definitely can't match stick DS as a D-pad. I always forget the DS didn't have a stick at all. It was just the D-pad, wasn't it? Again, never had a DS, so... On a 3DS, you had that stupid circle pad, which I really did not like. Squirmy tentacle, clearly not a Japanese game. I mean, I have a 3DS. I do have a 3DS. I think I've seen that one before. Feels so weird to me that the right action palette button is to interact. Yeah, I think that's quite often a thing with a lot of Japanese games, honestly. It could also be, because obviously this is a Nintendo game, your A button is normally on the right, I believe. So it could be that's why. But yeah, there are some Japanese games that just have the confirm like the right button. I'm pretty sure Japanese PSO2 is the same as well. Yeah, killing you. I thought I was going to ignore the description. I saw that as well. Just shared a clip to the Discord. CNX Cat Network channel advert for Blue Sub 006. Favorite track ever with excellent anime. Also DBZ and Gundam Wing. I do remember, yeah, I remember like when I was growing up, the Cartoon Network, they used to do like Toonami later on the night, I think it was. And I remember them playing Gundam Wing, because I think that's where I first saw Gundam. I love that, Squidward. Then there's the really cursed one that we started with. Cartoon Network, yeah, you know what I mean. Good thing is you get 4 on-drops for doing these quests, so that'll help go towards more scape dolls that I'll inevitably need later. You love the laugh I did in the video earlier? Was it the NPC laugh where I was forced to laugh? Yeah, the original Squidward's saying that. I mean, you know, commitment to the part, you know? Haven't been on in a while. Still need to make the symbol I just sent in the PS0 chat. Yeah, it takes a while to do. I probably need to make some of my own at some point. Okay, let's do... Let's do that one. Symbol challenge, everyone make an attempt at Sky's avatar. I'd like to say that. I used to draw quite a lot, honestly, particularly when I was back at university. I was on like a creative course, so I did do a lot of drawing back in the day, but just ended up just didn't have the time for it anymore. So I probably couldn't draw anymore now. Monkey plays. Never drawn, never been good at it. It's really difficult. I tend to find it depends on what you're drawing, to be honest. So for me, I used to draw a lot of things like the monsters from episode 3, from like the card art and so on. I could draw monsters and things like that fine, but drawing people is next to impossible for me. Used to draw when you're like 11, 12. Yeah, I basically used to more or less like copy some of the card art from episode 3 and draw it myself when I was younger. Just as practice, basically. Unfortunately, never went any further with it. I had a really bad experience at university, which kind of put me off the entire sort of creative side, so it kind of sucked, but yeah, I should probably pick it up again at some point, honestly. Yeah, I won't go into too much, but essentially it was a lot of gatekeeping. I think your inability to draw led to your very fast typing speed. No, I have massive respect for anyone who can draw, honestly. Any kind of artist, you know, I have huge respect for. You have rhythm gaming to thank for your typing speed. Yeah, I love rhythm games as well. I've played quite a few. Yeah, McLean trait, I don't type normally either. I basically type with 2 fingers. Basically, if you imagine like someone's like grandparents, that's probably how I type, but faster. Diopside or diopside. What do you look like? Pretty cool. Probably not going to use it on Hunter, but... The upside, hand stick, but better, yeah. If I play PS0 again, you'd probably make a Rick Seal, since the only real tech you care about is Shift to the Abandoned Rester, and human rages don't get SD. Yeah, I think a lot of the issue with that is it's just the palette space, isn't it, really? Oh, we have Rappies. Cool. I always forget that PS0 was the first Phantasy Star to use these sort of miniature Rappies. Who gravity crushed the Rappies? Not me. They are very cute. Oh, there's more? I'll have no part of this. This is a Rappy nest. Super rare. Okay, that's good. I've also just realised it's playing the Rappy Fave music as well. Which again, I think they use this in PSO2 as well. Yeah, I was going to say this is used in the Rappy slots in PSO2, isn't it? I did not know this originated from Zero. Rappy Soul. It's a bit morbid, but okay. Well, I got 3 Rappy Souls. Oh, sorry, 4 Rappy Souls. Not the Rappies. To be fair, in what I did, I had no part in this. Rappy Soul turned your level 60 mag into a Rappy mag. Nice. Just immediately turns his mag into a Rappy. Look at the message pod I will do. I just need to feed my mag first. Still profiting from the Rappy slaughter. I couldn't stop them. To be fair, they ran away because, you know, you can never kill Rappies. What level is my mag anyway? 52. Oh, it's close to being able to be a Rappy. Alright, so let's see the message pod. Rappy nest found. Wow, Rappies everywhere. My heart's going boom, boom, boom. Is this love? Nah. That's like the mind of a PSO hunter. Sees cute things, immediately wants to harvest them for rares. Is this love? Nah, give fight. So yeah, apparently that was very rare. So that's cool. I haven't seen the cake shop or the pizza shop yet, so maybe we might get to see that as well. Fingers crossed. Found an arena on multiplayer before too. You'll find another Rappy nest before the cake shop. So what are the arenas for then? Do you fight a boss or something in them? Fight a bunch of monsters, normally with rarer versions of the monsters. Okay. Cake Shop is single player only, and only on the Swamp and Valley maps. Oof. Oh well, maybe no Cake Shop then. Oh, Arena has one rare enemy guaranteed per wave. Can also be boosted rares. I do like it when they add extra things to the game like that. You know, it's something they didn't have to do. Oh, I've just remembered what boss it is. Why did I pick this area? But we've got to see the Rappy nest, so, you know, that's something. Vector has a symbol art for this boss. I'm guessing they're going back to clean more out. That is a fantastic symbol art. Pretty much all the bosses are bad. Yeah, I did a video on this recently, and I kind of agree. I like the design of a lot of the bosses, but I just don't think the fights are that good. It's definitely one of the weaknesses of Zero, I think. The game itself is really good, but yeah, I still don't really enjoy the boss fights. If I had one other small criticism, it's the fact that every time you change area, you get flashbanged. That admittedly probably wasn't a problem on the DS. You feel like the fights are designed for a universe-style game, not Zero? Yeah, someone said on my video that they kind of feel like the bosses were designed for a faster-paced kind of game where you could dodge easier. Yeah, Vector, so I like the boss designs. I do genuinely like the boss designs. I like how they're all very different as well. It's just, for me, I just don't enjoy the fights that much. I think they're too tanky. They eat 4 uns for breakfast. This guy's gonna cry forever making play Dark Souls on a stream. My entire experience of Dark Souls is... I'll get back to that. Is that just like a random mag drop? Because I'll take that. Oh, cool. I didn't realize that mags could actually drop. Yeah, my entire experience of Dark Souls was I played Dark Souls 1, I think it was the Return to, what was it, the Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, I think it was. I basically did the tutorial boss, and I think there's one other boss. I think, is it Taurus Demon, I think it was? I did that and then just stopped. I was like, no, this is too much for me. Something else that really grinded my gears in PS0 is there's a slight cooldown for item pickups. From what people have told me, if you hold Y, it seems to just like kind of vacuum up everything near you. Daz Soluble Prepare to Dry edition. Yeah, I said Y because I'm used to like Xbox notation again. Why did Nintendo have to be different? Yeah, use the plunge and tap for massive damage. That was the fight, yeah. Yeah, top button, that is probably the better way to put it, yeah. Prepare to rest the edition. Speaking of that, we are getting a new Dark Falls in NGS relatively soon, which is going to be like the new big bad boss, so hopefully that should be a difficult fight. I've actually been doing some pretty difficult ones recently, so I'm confident for a change. In terms of differ, so it's more Microsoft being different. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I think it's just that we're generally so used to the ABXY notation being where it is on an Xbox. Probably for me as well, because I typically didn't have that many Nintendo consoles growing up. I did have a GameCube, but I mean, on GameCube that was all laid out quite differently anyway, so... Yeah, I still kind of feel like this is one of the worst bosses in the game. So, Milk and Honey, so you can still play this online through hardware as well, so you can use the DS still for it. I mentioned this earlier, but there is basically a way to connect to a... There's an IP that you can connect to that will allow you to still play, and then you just add people's friend codes and you can play. That will work through DS or through emulation. This is your least favourite boss. Yeah, I just don't enjoy this one at all. You can only play multiplayer on hardware if you connect your DS to Wi-Fi. Yeah, so that is something to bear in mind, yeah. If you are connecting it via DS, like Killing Atherton on Twitch, you need to either connect it to an unsecured network, which is obviously not really recommended, or you can do something like you could use a phone as a hotspot, which may or may not be good for you. So it's a bit awkward to use with original hardware, but it is still technically doable. Never got to play the original PSO, as your family didn't have internet until 2008, and that was dial-up. Canadian internet is awful. Thank God for Starlink. Have you tried the original PSO since? Because again, you can still play PSO as well if you don't know that. You went to the menu to use a fluid and it moved over, so you used a mine material. Oof. I think... I could be wrong, Minsk, but I'm sure there's a material you can get in the photon drop shop that basically resets. I could be wrong on that though, but I'm sure there was like a reset material or something. Arquebus armor. There is a reset material. Does that reset all of your materials, or... Arquebus armor is great. Does it have any slots though? Well, I can't use it anywhere, so never mind. It's only 2 slot as well. But yeah, only usable by Human Hunter, Cast Hunter, and Cast Ranger. So rip Uniwell. It resets all, okay. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. Hi, Pika. Unless you lived in Cali, you weren't going to be having much fun doing the internet-based 2000s games. Do you want the PA save units I got from Rappies? I'm going to sell them otherwise. I mean, if no one else wants them, let's make sure I have space. I just need to sell some stuff because I am very, very full. Max level 20. The one I found. I thought it would just come at really low level for some reason. Oh, they come with fixed photon blasts. Okay. It has Midgull, whichever one that is. What color is it? It is. Let's have a look. That is it. That looks extremely weird. You run some PSO again and finally doing your first bit of Ultimate. Good God, you find yourself hating the fact that enemies can have Megad. Yeah, welcome to Ultimate. You'll get used to it though. Some of the enemies, like the lilies and caves, aren't too bad. You kind of get used to when they're going to spit Megad and you can work around it. Some of the later enemies, particularly in Tower, have very, very high level Megads that is very hard to dodge. At this game in high school, everyone was already on COD on 360, so you could find nobody in your small town that was a DS enjoyer, let alone JRPG, let alone Phantasy Star Zero. I think Phantasy Star's always been kind of niche anyway. I mean, even PSO, let's be honest, compared to some other games. So yeah, I can imagine it would be quite difficult to find people. I'll just deposit a few things, Drac, and then I'll do a trade with you. Yeah, I have no idea if that mag that I got is any good. Looks cool. I know virtually nothing about Zero, so it's still very new to me. It's a great mag for hunters. Four slot 7-star robe. I mean, alright. No, thanks, Sadrak. Yeah, so level 50 use, so a few levels off it, but work towards that. Raymar last had was Shy level 200. You had armor that made you invisible, a Russian rifle that shot through enemies. You'd run to corners and shoot blindly and kill tens of enemies in ultimate. Yeah, the Renov's quite a cool rifle. The fact it's like piercing. PP recovery is really strong on Newman in this game. Try it. Will do. Humans recover 1% of PP every 5 seconds while moving, 5% if standing. I did not realise that, so the races have their own little bonuses as well, a bit like PSO. Do casts have HP regeneration then? Casts have HP regen. Oh, cool. and human can use 20 more mats. So it's kind of like PSO then, isn't it, really? Yeah, because in PSO, humans could obviously use a lot more materials. I haven't used any materials yet on this character because I need to look up and see if it's like a material plan I should be following. You find that PSO is very click-based online. To an extent, I mean, now, I think nowadays you can probably play and you can probably get in a team fairly easily on Affinia. I mean, I know our team that we've got on Blue Burst, and there's probably space in that as well. Again, itch to play PSO again. There's no stat cap, so you are truly free in PS0. Materials are better used on attack power or MST, though, due to how the damage formula works. Could even try an evasion build. Yeah, I suppose you can just reset things, can you, if you want to? I'll bite the bullet and play PSO2. Yeah, I find PSO2 is like an entirely different beast. For better and for worse. There are some really, really cool things about PSO2. There is also some things I don't like about it, but then NGS is again different again. So the games do change around a lot between entries. Sky, you can only do Ep6 after you finish Phantasy Star 4. Okay. I mean, I kind of know why you're saying that, but yeah, sure. Yeah, I never did episode 6 on PSO2. I think I stopped playing Japanese PSO2. I'm pretty sure it was shortly after episode 5 released, because episode 5 just killed my desire to play the game. What was your opinion on PSU? Dial-up was awful for it, and the multi-feed pissed off your dad and his credit card. I like PSU. I preferred PSO back in the day, and I still prefer PSO now. But I do enjoy PSU for what it is. I think it's still a really decent game. Dragon time. Right, Minsk said we're doing the dragon, so I guess it's dragon time then. Draken time. So yeah, on the subject of classic Phantasy Star, the stream on Wednesday will be our Phantasy Star stream again, so we'll be continuing the Phantasy Star 1 story. Which reminds me, I do need to farm a bit off stream to get some money for some gear. Make sure I do that before the stream. Does the difficulty go from easy to ultimate on this DS version like PSO? So in 0, it goes normal, hard, super hard. 6.5 came as it before the stream, okay. Shouldn't take too long. I can imagine in Japan, yeah, it probably was pretty popular. I think it will be split a bit between PSP 2 and this because they did release fairly close together. But I'm pretty sure the DS was way, way bigger than the PSP, so I would imagine 0 was pretty popular over there. Yeah, it's just the 3 difficulties on 0. Sky's Magmex's card looked like a Vocaloid, like he's one star person belting out a massive single. Maybe that is Taker's law for 0, maybe she is a Vocaloid. Yes, the level cap in 0 is 100 as far as I know. Oh, you found a Rappy Nest. Oh, nice one. That's soon here, take. I have nothing against Vocaloid. I don't mind some Vocaloid stuff. I'm not a massive follower of it, but I don't mind it. I have not found the other two nests yet. I've been told that apparently there is a boomer nest, but I haven't seen it. But yeah, that rappy one we saw was the first one I've seen. To be fair, I haven't really played Zero a great deal. I've done all of story on normal and done a couple of sessions of hard mode, but that's about it. Makes sense to kind of water down the difficulty. It's a child-friendly DS game, not a D&D nerds, man cave, PC gaming setup. They want the kids to enjoy the game. The really funny thing is, Milk and Honey, is that honestly, I feel that some parts of Zero are harder than PSO. Like, the difficulty is kind of weird in this game, I think. That is a lot of traps. Yeah, thanks for that. Small part of me can't help but feel that like Zero was meant to get an episode 2 expansion that got canned. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure. I mean, it certainly wouldn't be the first time that some Phantasy Star content has been canned. Traps only spawn when you step on the buttons, so you couldn't destroy them beforehand. Yeah, they like doing that in Phantasy Star games. Do casts have innate trap vision? As far as I know, they do. Yeah, how can we get a younger audience fit into PSO? Let's make a difficult RPG where stats matter, bosses require skill, and it has RNG grinding, but chibi. I do feel like the difficulty in Zero is kind of strangely distributed. So for me, for example, I found that there is a boss called Humilias, which I thought was really, really difficult. I did manage to beat him first time in story on normal, but it was definitely quite a difficult fight. I then felt that the Mother Trinity fight was pretty irritating. I didn't think the faults was that bad. Because that's kind of similar to PSO though, because faults isn't that difficult a boss compared to some of the others. And basically on PSO, it's only one phase of faults that's the problem. He died on the dragon, can't buy escapes. Oh. That was my main problem with story in Zero, is that I got to the final boss and I'd run out of escapes and I didn't have enough photon drops to buy more. Phase 3 Falls is a pure stat check. Yeah, the final phase on Falls is essentially if you've got enough health to survive the slap and the grants, you're fine. The hardest phase for me is the one before that, the one where it spams Rafoy and Rabata. Because once you get to a really high level, the Rafoy doesn't knock you over anymore, so you just take multiple hits from it. And the Rabata will just kill you when the mines pop up around you. So you basically need a cure freeze for it, and even then, you have to dodge immediately. Well, get out of the way immediately. So reposition before the mines come up. Well, that's kind of the only difficult thing on Faults, really. Who would win, Faults or Floor? I think Floor is a much harder fight in PSO. With Floor, though, honestly, on Floor's final phase, you can just kind of DPS him. And that's the case with a lot of PSO bosses, but I find that particularly on final phase Olga Floor, you can more or less ignore everything he does and just DPS the hell out of him, and you can quite often kill him before he does anything dangerous. Once you're at a decent level, anyway. I do think Flow is a generally harder fight, particularly, you know, things like challenge mode. Flow is definitely a lot harder in challenge mode. Gentle reminder that we really need to finish episode 2 challenge mode at some point. Yeah, I'm really happy getting a remake with his Freedom Wars. That was going to die on the dead Vita platform. Hope Ragnarok Odyssey as comes to current gen. I mean, it does seem recently like a lot of game companies are either remastering or remaking a lot of things, and there's been quite a few sort of niche games that have been getting remastered as well, which is quite good. I think game preservation is a really important thing, which is why I'm not particularly thrilled about Sega delisting a lot of stuff recently. Well, in the next few days. Again, just a reminder on that, if you don't own the Genesis collections or some of the Dreamcast games that are on Steam, make sure you buy them before the 6th of December if you want to access them that way. Because they are getting delisted. I'm pretty sure it's the 6th of December that they get delisted, so yeah, make sure you pick them up if you haven't. If memory serves, after normal mode, if you don't have the right affinity weapon, you're not doing any damage for a long time. Yeah, he's got this phase that he goes into where he basically picks an attribute, and I think he picks an element as well. And if you don't have that attribute or element, you just do no damage, and well, you actually hurt yourself. I think you do no damage to him. And then there's a part of it where he turns one of you into Flowen as well. And I think while one of you is Flowen, if you hit him with the wrong element, it hurts the person who's Flowen. May even hurt everyone. I can't remember, honestly. But yeah, it makes him a bit of a nightmare to deal with. Spam more PS, see how far their regen goes. Yeah, we can try that actually. I tend to play quite conservatively with the PAs because obviously I don't really want to run out of PP. But now I've got those units, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Or Gara, Python, Fang, which again I'm assuming is maybe a weapon. I've got 2 of them actually. Join the Discord, maybe someone can check guide you into running this game on RetroArch. Yeah, I'm not familiar with RetroArch myself, but I'm sure someone will be able to help you out. It's always awkward when you run out of PP. Yeah, PP regen is pretty good. RetroArch doesn't support multiplayer, only DS Emulator that does is Melon. Yeah, I like a lot of the enemies in this. They do try and make them unique. I mean, there are some reskins, obviously, which is totally to be expected. I can't really begrudge any game for using reskins. I mean, God, I mean, even like PSO2 and NGS use reskins. It's just a thing that happens with a lot of RPGs. But yeah, I think the designs in general of the enemies in this are quite good. These guys really like to interrupt you constantly. Yeah, I think the plan going forward, I think once we get nearer Christmas and the Christmas events start on the different private servers, I think we'll probably cover PSO again a bit more, particularly once the Infinite Christmas event starts. We might also cover Clementine if they do a Christmas event. And then probably some point in January we'll maybe pick up some PSO too. For the midweek streams, that'll obviously be a mixture of the Phantasy Star playthrough. And in the weeks we're not doing that, we will probably play a few different recommendations. And we'll also play a few games I want to touch on as well. So I definitely want to do some more Monster Hunter at some point as well. Various different Monster Hunters. Which reminds me, not too long until Wilds now. So I'm a little scared of this guy because I know he does a lot of damage. He does kind of seem to be getting obliterated, but he is also doing a lot of damage. Oof, that double hit me there. I think he basically hit me with the spin and stood on me at the same time. This one made about 0 though. It doesn't hold back. Quite glad my evade worked there. That went relatively quick. I was not really contributing much to that. We've got another Arquebus armor I can't use. The only problem with Force you have is you have to keep switching your palette beforehand. I can imagine, I mean, I haven't tried Force in this, but I can imagine that Force is quite annoying to play because you've got no palette space and a lot of different techniques. Oh, you just defeated the dragon as well, Min. It's got a nice one. You can sit out if Minsk wants to join. Yeah, I mean, if people want to rotate around, that's fine. I think we'd probably have to make a new game, but I'm fine doing that if you want to. You want to go eat? Yeah, no worries, Drac. I'll go and deposit this stuff, and then what I'll do is I'll set another game up. Just realised my stash is getting kind of full already. I didn't realise how small it is. I know there is a joint trunk as well, which I'm assuming is like a shared stash between characters. Joint stash is shared. So even that for a DS game, that's quite impressive that they had a shared stash between characters. Quick rest breaks, then you'll join. Yeah, no worries, Minsk. Yeah, it's been nice playing a bit of Zero recently. I know it's not going to be for everyone, but like I say, honestly, I think people have seem to have been enjoying this more than some of the other games, so... You're reminded that one of the reasons that you didn't like Zero was most the lack of quest variety. Yeah, I think it's probably a limitation of the game, I'm guessing. I get what you mean, though. I know there isn't that many areas, there isn't that many bosses. I suppose the way I think of it, though, is if you think back to the original PSO was only 4 areas, 4 bosses, so... I'll see you, Drac. Thanks for the games. Alright, there we go. So we will get a new one set up. Less the number of areas and more that I think of all the quests in single player, just go kill the boss. As far as I'm aware, they are, yeah. If there's one slot missing, you can join again. Yeah, we'll see. I'll open it up again and we'll see who joins. So, farm party. So, game is now open. Yeah, no worries, El. If you want to sit out, that's fine. Been leveling pretty quick on this as well. I was level 35 yesterday. We did a little bit of hard yesterday, and I got from 35 to about 41. Now I'm at 45, so leveling does seem pretty quick. Whether it slows down later, I'm not sure. Again, if anyone needs it, the friend code is just on stream that on the screen there as well. Imagine it slows a lot on 60 plus super hard. Possibly, yeah. The experience curve is very friendly up until 60. They want you on super hard. It's just kind of a shame that unlocking super hard is such a grind. Because from what I understand, you have to do... am I right in thinking that you have to do every single quest on hard? I don't know if that includes tower, but... yeah, I guess so. I guess by doing those quests, you basically found up to level 60 anyway. Quests for more experience, free explorations for drops. Okay. I always forget that there's like a free exploration mode as well. I didn't really know if there was a difference between them. You will appreciate that level 50 rub, believe me. So just to clarify, to unlock super hard, I know you have to do all the quests. Does that include tower as well? Pizza box is better for evade. Oof, it includes tower. All right. Grub has more defense, and some attacks you can't dodge in this game. You can't join Minsk. Have you changed your friend code recently or anything? If you change your code recently, I might need to update it. Yeah, it could be. What I'll do is I'll come out of this. Have you posted your friend code, your updated one in the Discord, Minsk? Tower stream, what? Yeah, maybe at some point, yeah. 5-hour stream of me trying to beat Tower. Yeah, the thing is, Doctor, the bosses actually vary in story depending on what race you pick. So, for me, when I played as a human, my first boss was the octopus. I think I fought the dragon second, I think. Ah, thanks for that, Minsk. Dragon's first for human. Cast first boss is the Snow Mountain's little enemy rush. Right, so that friend code is now added, so let's try that again. I see you playing Stalker Kill Neff. In the Snow Mountains is where the Humor died. Yeah, rip the Humor. You were already playing it, but it crashed when you tried to eat a dead guy's sausage. I'm not even going to ask. Alright, we've got Minsk in. Yeah, literally had a sausage in his inventory, right-clicked it to eat, and then the game crashed. Yeah. Phrasing is a thing. Right, so we've got 2 more spots if anyone wants in. Phrasing was intentional. You generate lols. Hello. That's very nice writing. Man looks like some 2-year-old scroll. So I'm going to assume that this is Remar, I'm guessing. You love Minsk's character. Here's how I imagine Canadians look. I tried. Stanley OP. Since killing us playing Stalker, I'll join. Yeah, no worries, Vector, if you want in, that's fine. We'll still have one more slot as well, so if anyone else wants in, I'll probably close the party soon. Vector's in. I've got to say, Vector, I absolutely love the name of your cast. Optimum Pride. Cease lobby, I'm trying. So does anyone else in chat want in before we get started? If not, I will start up yet. Have you heard the meme in Discord yet? Is the memes going around my Discord that I'm not aware of? Sky has to be the shifter caster in this party. Oh, that means I've actually got to put a shifter on my palette. I'll try. There's a story behind Optimum Pride. I will. Please enlighten me on that on the Discord. There was a game called Final Fantasy Explorers on 3DS, I think, which is just a Final Fantasy version of Phantasy Star Online. I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, Optimum Pride. Oh, Zale's in. Cool. We've got 4. One thing I will say about Zero is one thing that would have been nice is to see a few more towns, really. Saved by the phone here. Thank God I don't have to use shifter. Typical Zero greeting. It kind of looks like you're trying to moonwalk that. I love the little strut. Just one or two of the towns would have been nice. Yeah, I mean, obviously I get this town is a big focal point of the story, but yeah, it would have been cool to, you know, to actually see one or two more. Did you actually make the keck face? That is great. I want that. I'm having that. You guys leave early again. Hope everyone has a great rest of the stream. No worries, LGP. Thanks for dropping by. Will you have a good night? There's no search in voice chat, so you put effort in. Arca plant. Is that Humilios? I mean, sure, if you want to do Humilias, we can do Humilias. People seem to really want to do Humilias. Okay. Is that why? Because just because Autobots are all Irish. I do find it really odd with this that there's like 2 quests for each boss. Is there actually any difference between them? Is there like different enemy spawns or something in them? Because the boss is obviously the same. But it seems to do this for all the bosses where there's 2 quests for each one. It would also be funny, live Humilias deaths. I mean, there will be a lot of death with Humilias. Maybe second stage. Let's do the second one then, because why not? Remove the dead guy sausage and now it works fine. I'm glad you've resolved that sausage problem, Kilniaf. He had bread too, okay. Canada gin. Thank you for the shifter. Canada Stanley is hiding. Yeah, this map's really interesting, Pika, so it totally changes as you go through it. There's a few different, very distinct zones to it. Basically, in the story, this is on the moon. I think the moon is technically called Arca, but they just refer to it as the moon in the game. Yeah, if we're talking PSO context, this is basically mines. Yeah, Pika, I thought you might recognise those. The first time I saw them in Zero, I just thought, oh no, not these guys. Have you done the penultimate side mission in story mode? This is lore heavy. Not yet, no. I'll have to do that. You've all seen Paro's mine since Mags dropped there. I mean, yeah, I guess that is similar. I think the reason I call this mine is because obviously it's full of machines. And it's full of these things that are basically Garanzas. I really don't like these enemies. They are basically Garans at home, yeah. Stanley is not having a good time. So I've discovered what the worst game for confusion is. So I'm not actually controlling that there. So in this, apparently you just run in directions without any input when you're confused, which is terrifying. I think it's the first time I've been confused in Zero, so I didn't know how it worked. If you go into a menu, it stops moving. I love that we've still got like the PSO menu strats. It's a Garens, but the DS can't show more than one missile, so they just make one big missile instead. Yeah, it seems to be a thing with Phantasy Star where they just love giving you these big robots with missiles that are really irritating. Every single game. You love how Canada Stanley was smiling with his eyes open while on the floor. He wasn't dead, he was letting them off easy. He was just making them think. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the enemies here are definitely inspired by the PSO enemies. Like, these guys are basically Canadians. God, another Garans. I'm going to assume that you can probably get the Garans. I'm just calling them Garanses now. That's what they're called now. I'm going to assume you can probably get their bazooka as a weapon. I would guess. Power material. You can't get its cannon, okay. But you can get Humilias's cannon and sword, okay. It just seems like an obvious choice though to have the missile launch from the Garans as a weapon that you can use. It just seems like that would work. But again, maybe it's like limitations of the game, maybe. I don't actually know how many rare items there are in this game, so... Canada Stan kills Canadian cannabins. Confirmed. Oh, I don't like that. The game seems cute, seems closer to PSO episode 1, 2, and 4 than New Genesis, that's for sure. Definitely. It kind of feels like a little bit of a love letter to PSO. Yeah, definitely very, very different from the more recent games. Maybe the rarest items in the game are the friends we made along the way. That is an awful trap. Oh, Victor has the Humilias cannon, okay. Actually, that cannon that the Vector's using at the minute, that's in NGS. I think when they released the Relic series of weapons, that I'm sure the launcher in NGS is that weapon. Yeah, because there is a colour variant of it in NGS that's black one as well. think it's called something like Tartarus, I think. If I remember correctly. Because I know a lot of the Relic series of weapons in NGS are based on like older weapons. Here it's Tartarus Cannon, okay. Because I know, for example, I know that the Relic or Melek rod was the Battle Verge from PSO as well. I think the dual blades were the Dios Despotar from PSP to Infinity. The Melek rod in NGS reminds you of the Rycross staff. The Melek rod is literally the Battle Verge from PSO. You wish the Fingers were slow like this. I mean, they're still fast compared to your character in this, but yeah, I know what you mean. In Infinity, they are ridiculous. Yeah, it is literally called Melek Battle Verge. It's one of the very few PSO weapons that is in NGS as a weapon, honestly. There is quite a few more as weapon camos. Oh yeah, if you go into the menu, that does just stop the confusion. Wake me up when NGS adds Psycho Wand, a real Phantasy Star weapon. NGS has Psycho Wand as a camo. They added a thing. I don't know if you were playing when they added it, Drac, but they had an item you can get from the Gigantics called Giga Strugments, and they did add it as a weapon camo there, along with a few other PSO weapons. But the actual weapon isn't in. Camos don't count. I kind of feel that's the way they're going with NGS. I kind of feel that you basically use one of the series weapons in NGS and then you camo it to make it look how you want. I've said this before, but I prefer how they did it in the older games where the stuff was more unique to begin with. Well, I think that's the way they've gone with NGS. You found Giga Strugments hard when it was super rare to get them in earlier. They are a lot easier to get now. There are a lot more of the recon gigants that patrol around in different areas. Have I just gone the wrong way here? Have I just led everyone astray? Oh no. That last room is literally dead end, so that's fine. As a streamer, your job is to lead people astray. You're still playing when Kavaris got the Ancient updated, so you saw them way more often then. Yeah, because I think when the Ancients got updated, a lot of people farmed the Gorge in there for the Gigantics as well. When am I launching Pump and Dump False Coin? That's the thing streamers do, right? I have absolutely no interest in crypto at all. Red ring coin. Yeah, Bitcoin Buds V101. It just doesn't exist. Aren't there red rings in Sonic? I think there are red rings in Sonic. I think they're generally like things that speed you up or something. Not the same red ring as PSO. But yeah, see what I mean about this area? It totally changes here, so you get this area that's like what a landfill looks like, to be honest. You've got no interest in crypto either, but if someone released them as a coin, I'd go broke. PSO inspired Sonic confirmed. Yeah, there might be a slight issue with that, but... Although actually, I suppose Phantasy Star does predate Sonic. Which is kind of crazy to think about, honestly. Red Star Rings are usually challenges to get some kind of bonus or challenge. Yeah, I think I remember those in Sonic Generations. Like the original Sonic Generations. I haven't played the Shadow one yet. So much of Phantasy Star 3 was made by an entirely different team because the Phantasy Star team was busy creating Sonic. We never got a good Phantasy Star 3 because of Sonic. Starfish Slicer. Less said about that, the better. The value proposition of the Shadow Generations content is low to me as someone who owns OG Generations. Yeah, I've got Generations as well. Yeah, Patrick Star, yeah, maybe Zero is just a SpongeBob reference, you know. We've got Squidward as a boss, so... It's a 10 Mazetta rare slicer, that Starfish one. Yeah, we do have handsome Squidward in game, yeah. He lives on in Phantasy Star Zero. There you go. 10 Mazetta rares can't change element, it's fixed. So what I'm getting from that is it's basically like the Dragon Slayers and Justies of Zero. Yeah, I think the Sonic and Shadow Generations, I think if you never played Generations the first time round, it's probably worth getting. It seems to be getting good reviews and everything from what I've seen. But for me, because I already own Generations, it doesn't seem as much of a big deal to get it. Thanks for the warning. This is just like when we played challenge mode, isn't it, in PSO? People warning me of traps while I just go running into them. You find that the chains in this game are done better than PSP 2? Yeah, the chain system is something I'm still not sure if I like in any of the games that it's in. It's an interesting mechanic, but I don't know if I like it. But I do agree, though, I do think it is done better in this than the PSP 2. mean, I could use trap vision, yeah, I could. But you know I'm not going to. You know, I find getting the big chains in late game. Yeah, when you get to higher level, it's like you have to build up chains to like a ridiculous level to actually do any damage. Trap vision works for the entire quest. Okay, that's actually interesting. Yeah, this guy is horrific. I still think he probably is the hardest boss in the game. Yeah, this is the Gundam. He does so much damage. Oh, Stanley got frozen. Basically, if you get frozen on this, you're kind of done. Yeah, I noticed that Drac, so I'm assuming that... Let's just get out of the way there. So, you know what I said about being frozen? But yeah, I did notice that Drac that if you use Restore, it seems to boost your MST as well. That was just unfortunate. Basically, yeah, if you get frozen, he just follows up with the sword and you just get wrecked. If you charge anti, you can revive teammates as well. That might be the way I end up doing it, honestly, because I kind of feel like using moon atomizers takes so much time unless you've got them on your palette. I feel I was close enough to him there to dodge that, but... The entire fight is basically just me getting destroyed. Yeah, I'm just getting wrecked. Just blame the hitboxes. I don't know if I can on this guy. I'm not sure. But I will do the same against Plesioth in Monster Hunter. I know all about Plesioth. Yeah, that damage. All 10 of it. You basically do just need to be behind him, don't you? which is way too dangerous to attack him otherwise. There we go. I'd like to say I contributed towards that, but we all know I didn't. Stanley sleeping on the job. Rowlet, I'm sure that's in PSR2 as well. Did that really come from Zero as well? Yes, it did. Huh. We are learning a lot today. That was too easy for Stanley, let's be real. He needs that confidence in the rest of the party, you know? And just, you know? Basically, PSO2 is a bad PS0. No, but what I'm learning is that there is a lot of gear in this game that is in PSO2, including that Gunlance. It's because we've been talking Monster Hunter. Gunblade, that's the word I'm looking for. I know that's in PSO2 as well. You found a D-Band 10. I've actually already got Shifter and D-Band 10 at the minute, so if you need that, keep it for one of your characters. Yeah, that boss is rough. Speaking of gun lancers, Ryan's weapon in Xenoblade is referred to as a gun lance. Some even have a trigger. Not that it's ever used that way. Whereas my Xenoblade Monster crossover Capcom. Getting a good amount of Photon drops from this at least. This one a Monado greatsword, so you can shout Monado Buster when you whack things. Yeah, I don't think we ever had a Xenoblade collab. I mean, PSO2 seemed to collab with literally everything on the planet. Including Monster Hunter. I think that's one of the sad things about global PSO2 is that it doesn't have a lot of the big collabs that the Japanese one got. Yeah, we had Final Fantasy 14 collabs. Did PSO have any other Nintendo crossover? Yeah, there was something to do with Zelda, wasn't there? But I can't remember what it was now. Ah, yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, if you played the Switch version of PSO2 Cloud, which I never did because I just thought playing a Cloud version of PSO2 sounds like the worst experience I can imagine. You could get Link's hair outfit, sword and shield in PSO2. Yeah, PSO2 was super weird with the platforms. It just felt like they threw it on every platform they could think of, but every version had like weird differences. JP, PS0 had Zelda weapons in the sewer. Okay. I never played the Vita version. I never had a Vita, so I never got to try it. The only versions I tried for PSO2 was obviously the PC version. And I played a little bit of it on PS4, which I thought did fine. I thought it was reasonably good on PS4. And yeah, I still don't know why Classic looks so bad on global. I'm assuming it must be down to the engine or something, but it did not look like it does on the Japanese version. Guess we can fight the last boss now. I mean, we can if you want to. Global also saw the old engine, right? That got updated engine at the same time. I honestly can't remember. I can't remember when the engine got updated. Because was it just when NGS released, or did they update it again after NGS has been out for a while? I mean, if you want to see what the Japanese version looks like, I do have some really, really old scuffed videos on my channel from years ago of Japanese PSO2 with like the worst quality mic you've ever heard. Oh, thanks for the gift sub, Vector. It was a year before NGS release, I think. They announced the Vita version for months until it finally happened. Oh, I've got a 60 slot inventory. What's that from? Is that from doing Tower or something? Or... Oh, they updated the engine after they killed the Vita version. Fair enough. That makes sense, I guess. It was nice being able to cross-play on the Vita, pick up a little MMO on the go, then continue on the PC. It's really ambitious, really, to launch it on titles like that. You can get more inventory from leveling titles on the title counter. Tower titles give inventory space. Yeah, I think I saw it was another 5 inventory. Okay, yeah, apparently I'd never checked this. That's a noise. This may take a while. I didn't know this was here. This guy spotted every enemy in the game. That's crazy. Darkfall's spotted. You mean Darkfall's hiding? Oh, Jesus, it never ends. This is quite a lot of titles, huh? Check the rankings. Let's see, so max damage. So Drax on top of that. I'll be way down here because I use daggers. Yes, 620 for me. How many have actually hunted? Probably not many, I'm guessing. Nearly 2,000. Yeah, that damage is probably from a mag PV. So number of times incapacitated. 358 for Drac. Half my deaths are from Humilias. I can understand it. Vector did tower just to pass me on hostile kills. That's cool. Again, didn't realize I had this. This is kind of similar to PSP 2. We've got a slimy tentacle. Again, less said about that, the better. Ten try grinders, another 10. Another 10. Get used to that noise. Oh, this is going to take a while, isn't it? Tell you what, to preserve all of your ears, I will leave these until the end of the stream. Because there is a lot there. Take the level up title rewards, more inventory. Fine. New sound for the Discord soundboard. Have you even grinded your weapon and added attributes? I grinded my weapon. I don't think I've ever added an attribute yet. I probably should. I basically just did story and then, yeah, that was about it. I'm sorry. Okay, there we got 60 slots. Dude, sorting out my gear is always the bane of my existence in Phantasy Star games. On NGS, I'm still running around with terrible gear. I need to sort that out as well. I will sort it out. Don't worry. We raised him poorly. Funny how PS2 Classic was one of the best AC purchases at inventory slots. Yeah, I think that's one thing NGS actually does quite well, honestly. I know there is a lot of rubbish to fill your inventory in NGS, but one of the benefits is like things like the material storage. That does help a lot in NGS. I think that's one of the downsides of PSO2 and NGS, though, is the fact that there is so many materials. You just fill your inventory with that. I'm sorry, Vector. I'm sorry killing you. So is there any preference for which one we do here? I have no idea what the difference is between them. Hi, Shenton. What he lacks in PS0, he makes up for in PSO. Someone do a visual art of live, laugh, love, rappy in cursive. Let's do... Yeah, we can do this one, I guess. Sky tears. There isn't going to be much space to play with, to be fair. You can't even read that, but there you go. You can't read Rappy at all. It's squashed. I will try and get on that. I see you spamming hydrate. He's just desperate to use his points. Even in game, Vector's telling me to. I'm not doing one for every single one of those redeems. Permission to play All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. It's that time of year, isn't it, where Mariah Carey has been freed from her stasis and is allowed to terrorize the planet for another year? You sang karaoke in a party yesterday, last Christmas. I think last time I sang in any real capacity, I think it was probably playing Rock Band. Yeah, she's been thawed out, ready to wreak havoc on retail workers. So this is Ruins. This is one of the final areas. So yeah, so if you haven't seen the final boss of Zero, if you don't want to be spoiled, I guess don't watch this quest, but... I mean, come on, I mean, it's Phantasy Star. You know what the boss is going to be. Yeah, so I guess that's one. If you don't want to be spoiled for an ancient Phantasy Star game. I mean, those guys are basically Dark Belarus. Hi, Park. What's the max level in Zero? It is, as far as I'm aware, it's 100. You fought the last boss like level 16. Oof. I think I was about 25 when I got to the final boss in normal. And even that was quite rough. I do wonder what you'd do here if you didn't have a gun. Oh yeah, I've seen one of those guys before, yeah. I think it might be one of the black ones I saw before that was the rare version, possibly. Yeah, because it's a different name as well. I thought they were, yeah, I thought that was a little bit different. These are the fancy leg enemies. Oh, free escape doll. We take those. PP recovery level 4. Another arquebus armor. Cheers, Kilniath. Yeah, you missed nothing. All I said is that just being quite lucky on Zero today. Got the Rappy Nest and the rare enemies as well. You say that as if I caused and or fixed it. I mean, to be fair, it does seem like every time you mention something about restream breaks, so maybe you do have some hand in this somehow. No, that was just me forgetting to unmute the mic. As much as I would like to claim otherwise, no, that was entirely on me. Kilniath is the Dark Falls bringer. Zalua level 10. I should really like the music here. There is a new indie game like PSO. Atlas, I think is the name. I think I've heard of that. I haven't seen any gameplay or anything for it, but I'm sure I've heard of that name. Play the demo a little to test it. It runs fine in your calculator. So is it like a dungeon crawler then? Yeah, the name's familiar. I think it got recommended to me on Steam randomly. There is a game on Steam and Switch that is directly inspired by Phantasy Star. I think it's called Phantasy Star Ocean. Draw Nathaniel. Okay, that's a name. Enter the World of Atlas, a single-player online RPG where you can fight with or against friends in a surreal world filled with creatures beyond comprehension. Customize and progress your characters, complete quests, and discover strange locations. Looks fun. You just need to do some adjust settings because of the jiggles. I mean, I play Nikkei. I mean, I'm already playing games that have jiggle. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Zero has jiggle as well. Or rather, weird vibrating. This is emulated at the minute. You can play this multiplayer with a DS. The only downsides is that you either need to basically use like an unsecured Wi-Fi, or you need to use something like a mobile phone as a hotspot. So it's a little bit awkward to play on actual hardware. Yeah, I'll check out that Atlas though, especially if it is a bit similar to PSO. For real though, I know I mentioned Nikkei. I know a lot of people just see Nikkei as like the plot game. But for real, Nikkei actually has a good story as well. Like, legitimately. Story to it kind of feels very heavily inspired by Nier Automata. But it does also have a lot of plot. Oh, it's in early access at the minute. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look after the stream. Content note: this game features suggestive designs. I'm in. I mean, Killing Yath, I mean, if you want in games that have like suggestive designs and you want like an action game, Stellar Blade. Literally by the Nikkei devs, so yeah, you can imagine what that's like. As far as I know, Stellar Blade is actually good. Yeah, I've never tried it myself. From what I've seen, it seems to look really good. It's actually just got a DLC actually as well that collabs with Nier Automata, because apparently Yoko Taro's quest to collab with every single game in existence is still ongoing. I just kind of feel like Yoko Taro wants to be in every single game. There's an option in the menu for disable suggestive jiggle bones. These leg enemies are so weird. I was going to say, is that a buffed one? Because it had like a weird aura underneath it. So is that like a champion enemy or something that does more damage? Deadly weapons, you can feed weapons to the mag. Yeah, yeah, I suppose it's different to PSO, isn't it? I don't think there is anywhere else to explore. I think that might be it. Can't see anywhere. Well, I guess we try it then. Boosted enemies have a white aura shadow instead of regular shadows. Okay. So how do we Photon Blast chain? Is it just, do I just do a Photon Blast at the same time as you, like PSO? Because I have a Photon Blast. First person determines what blast is used in the chain. Okay. Other people have to hold it after the intended one goes first. And the first one is the one to release. How would you ever coordinate that over DS? So what do I have? My mag has Midgul, which apparently raises... I don't know, is that a buff or something? It's trickier than PSO for sure. Midgul is Shifter, D-Band, Jellin, and Zalo. I mean, that seems really useful. So, should I do... So I do Photon Blast, and then once everyone else starts their chain, I release. So leader starts and holds, everyone else enters a circle, releases and holds, then the leader releases. Okay. So I basically start it, then wait for everyone else to start their Photon Blast, and then I release. Once everyone else is holding their hand up, you release it. Okay. Well, we can try it. We're trying the Dark Falls PB glitch. What is that? Because I remember you mentioning that yesterday when we played. So what is the trick with that? Because unfortunately, the likelihood of me dying before fault is quite high. If you use PB when Mother Trinity is falling, and release it as soon as she leaves the platform view in the cutscene, you will be completely invulnerable during the Dark Falls fight. So basically, as soon as she starts to fall off the platform, that's when I release it. Well, I can try it. Yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Release when she leaves the view of the cutscene. Okay. So start it when she starts to fall off the platform, and then release it when she disappears. Okay. We can try that. I may end up dying before we get there. I much prefer using the handgun for this. Which one are we going for? The one in the corner? Yeah, I saw a track on one of the guides that I read that people recommend trying to kill the ones that are not the hunter one. So which one's which here? So I think that might be the force one, maybe? Yeah, generally when I did this in story, I found this part of the fight generally harder. I need to remember she does that swipe after the beam as well. Yeah, it took me some getting used to this phase, honestly. If you stay on the furthest left square, you can avoid Mother slamming the platform and range you down, but the photon cannon will hit you though. Okay. Okay, so... I think I was a bit late doing it. Yeah, because my photon blast doesn't seem to have done anything, so I think I was a bit late doing it. I've still got full photon blast, so I think I missed it. I was forgetting she falls off the platform that quick. Well, I'll just use it now then. Yeah, the false boss design in Zero is really strange. Oh, we're talking about the Mother Trinity boss design. I think Mother Trinity looks really cool, honestly, as well. Fault always seems like kind of a joke. It's really weird. But I suppose if people do get the invincibility, then they can just go all out. So, congratulations, we are the hero. You over-ended him twice on hard with Hunium when he died. I need to keep an eye out for a sword that's got overend. I haven't found one yet. It looks like the Dark Dragon in PSP 2. Oh, is it Orgadiran? I think it is, the rare one. Quite a cool boss arena, actually. Really interesting looking. We did basically do TTF, yeah. White Disaster is the true red ring. Humilia's sword is always overend, but it comes with random elements. Okay. Only downside of that is doing Humilias. We got to farm Humilias there. That sounds fun. Can't wait for him on Super Hard. Out of curiosity, I don't know if anyone knows, but do any of the enemies change in Super Hard? I'm assuming maybe not. I'm just wondering if anything really changes in Super Hard, if any of the attack patterns or anything change, or is it just that they generally just hit really hard? run from it, dread it, TDF still arrives. There is literally a quest in this game called, I think it's called To the Future. Like, they knew what they were doing. You like Humilias, he's a cool looking mech, also the music gives Drac nightmares. He's singing it every time we fight it. I must admit the Humilias music does get stuck in my head as well. I do really like its design as well, but I am a big fan of mechs in general. You know, probably can't see, but in that cabinet behind there's a load of Gunpla in there, so... Vector was singing it first. On the subject of things like Gunpla, actually, I've recently purchased another, it's like a boom arm that I can use to mount a camera on for an overhead camera view. So I'm thinking at some point, maybe as like a members thing, maybe I can do like some kind of creative streams, like like Gunpla or painting something. So that's another option I've got now, so I can do like an overhead camera view now as well. It's not set up at the minute, but I do have that now. Just something a bit different as well. It'd be a chill stream. I was just thinking, I know it's something very different to what we normally do, but I thought maybe it's like a members thing I could do. I appreciate that for the membership on YouTube, you really don't get much. Oh, we've got a 4-slot Arquebus armor. Keep that for another character, maybe. I just realised I have a ton of money, actually. I didn't realise how much money I actually had. Oh, so you do actually start selling some decent gear at some point. It's the first time I've seen anything good in here. Nothing with all the Ren, though. Right, so since people complain that I don't upgrade my gear, I don't know how this works. I've never done it. So what is this? Bring me an element then. I know I've got some items that are called elements, I'm assuming that's what he means. So I have no idea what float on fortification does. I think they did explain it in the game. I have totally forgotten. You're going to free a space super soon. Yeah, no worries, means I'm probably going to end the stream in a few minutes anyway. But thanks for the games as usual. Oh, it's percentage versus enemy types. Okay. So it's basically the equivalent of like sphere in your weapon on PSO. Sky, I have a Milias sword, the hard version dropping, not the super hard variant, which is the best sword. It also has overend and nice attributes. Give it to you if you want to try overend. Yeah, it might. Is it a spare one you've got? Oh. I know people have said Overend's good. I haven't actually tried it though. Oh, is that what it's, so it's 50k for 5%. I guess it gives you something to work towards, I suppose. I suppose in PSO it was like, what? It was like 99 photon drops for, is it 30%? Oh, it's 5, 10, or 15 at random, okay. At least there's a use to Mazetta. I mean, there's a use to Mazetta in PSO, but the only use for it really is for either throwing it Corrin the Gambler on Affinia, or for just emptying your wallet with charge. That's the only use for Mazetta in PSO. But yeah, just whenever we're both on again next rack, whenever we're on next, we'll sort out that sword. Oh, it's charging 0 as well. Gamble or charges. Oh, that's where you get all your damage from, okay. Accuracy, is Berserk in PSO as well? In PS0, sorry. Life is Berserk, okay. Yeah, I think I've seen 1 or 2 things that have life on them. Yeah, I kind of imagined that life was going to be life steal, but apparently it's the opposite. Risk applies to non-normal attacks. Yeah, I think I have 1 weapon with risk and I had no idea what it was. I haven't tried it yet. Risk is normal attacks only. So I'm assuming for him to add percentages to your weapon, it has to be fully grounded, because that's the only weapon that's showing. If you read the element type item descriptions, it tells you what it does. Has to be fully grounded, fair enough. See you, Minsk. Ignoring the jiggle, Atlas seems pretty interesting. Seems to be merging PSO and Diablo. Is it sci-fi or is it more like classic fantasy? There's more classic fantasy. It's a shame. We need more sci-fi. I still find how the grind is working this to be super weird. The fact that they're like, locked to the rarity of your weapon. I think I'm using 5 stars at the minute, so let's... There is a way of playing online, KSG. If you're on my Discord, there's a Phantasy Star 0 section on there, and there is somewhere in there is a little, I think there's a, I can't remember if it's a thread or a pin message that tells you how to do it. It's not particularly hard to do, but just to reiterate, I've said it a few times now, but if you are playing on original hardware, it is quite risky because you need to either use an unsecured network or you need to use like a phone hotspot, which is a bit iffy for reliability. But if you're doing it through emulation, it's really easy. You can make a Midna ripoff and make discount Toriel. You're looking into it in your off time. It's been really cool from what I've played so far. It seems pretty reliable as well. The only downside is because it's Nintendo based, you do need to use friend codes. My friend code is just on screen there, and we do have a thread on the Discord as well for people's friend codes. Right, can I grant that anymore? Just wish to get a better controller support. We don't play with people. There's been a few of us playing it recently, so yeah, by all means, just drop your friend code in the Discord, and yeah, happy to play with more people. Right. Hopefully that's the cap on that. If it isn't, we'll come back to it. It is not the cap. Well, we're not doing that now then. Yeah, I think for today I'll probably call it there for now, I think. So plan again is there'll be a video for members going live on Tuesday, which will go live to everyone else on the Thursday, which is probably going to be a Monster Hunter video. There'll be another stream on Wednesday where we'll be continuing the Phantasy Star 1 playthrough. And then next weekend will be another PSO video of some description. And there will be another stream which will probably play, I would imagine it will be either PSO or PSU depending on events. Thanks to the bits killing the F. Next stream, watch the side quest video next. Yeah, that's just gone up today as well. So if you're into the PSO lore stuff, another side quest video has just gone up today as well. Yeah, as always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider the usual, like and subscribing. Join as a member if you want to. You can follow or sub on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter if you want to. And we also have a Discord as well, which should be in the description on YouTube. And I think there is also a link to it on my Twitch info panel as well. So yeah, feel free to join over there. Yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for another stream. See you later.